Red Pill disclaimer. Welcome to Gawdzell's channel. By watching this video, you are choosing to take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. All opinions expressed are Gawdzell's alone, and any copyrighted content belongs to its respective owners. Viewer discretion is advised.
Can you see it now? Can you see the Matrix for what it truly is?
Oh, what's good, y'all? I'm back to another one. Y'all already know we like to get into on this channel, so you guys stay tuned. And if you are new and you do like videos like this where we react to funny, weird, strange, creepy, all that good stuff, consider subscribing. All right. With all that being said, make sure you guys hit the like button and let's get right into it.
Today, nigga, you gonna drizzle the box, then drizzle the paper. You put it in the box, right? You know what I'm saying? Now drizzle the fucking taco. Drizzle the other fucking taco. Close the box up. Drizzle that bitch. Sitting up in there looking crazy. Get your ass drizzled too. Yeah, bitch. Now take your ass home with this drizzle. Now when you wake up today, nigga, you gonna drizzle the box. Then
Yo, nah, he is overdoing it, bruh. That's crazy.
Straight up in the air. Could the bullet come back down and kill you? Well, when a bullet is fired this way, gravity will eventually stop it and pull it back down. And even though it isn't moving as fast as when it was first fired, it can still reach dangerous speeds. The chances might be low that it actually hits you, but if it does, it's likely to strike a vital area like your head. If you shot a gun
Nuh-uh, because a lot of people, they just be shooting their guns in the air. But that's crazy. That'd be sucked for like someone to like, you know. Tough.
Get him. It's your best bet. Do it again. I'm gonna get.
You don't have to have perfect pitch, just hum. Don't pass out though. You don't have to have perfect pitch, just hum.
Oh my goodness. He said, I tried my hardest. Oh my goodness, I can tell. God, that was crazy.
Hey boss, here's a sugar that says he wants to talk.
This is about the most Halloweenic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm gonna turn around and come back down so you can see all of this.
No, I'm gonna go on out here, but
Dang.
okay, well, get a picture.
They don't play about they Halloween, huh? They do not.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
Y'all really sitting here telling me that's not Derrick Rose? I can't stand y'all. That's D Rose, bro. That's D Rose. That's D Rose. I ain't even gonna bother him. He on the phone with somebody talking business. Y'all really sitting here telling me that's not Derrick Rose?
Man, that's crazy. Derrick Rose really retired, yo. The GOAT.
Enjoy all the moments when they're little. Then they turn out like this. Enjoy all the moments when they're little.
Hey, Bronson.
It's so like Cookie through them cars.
Earth is labeled Mission Impossible, or Planet Tiamat is labeled Mission Impossible by a lot of different races, a lot of different beings, bro. So when you come down here, there's like an 80% chance, 80-90% chance you gonna forget what the fuck you came to do. Real shit. They know that. They know there's like a 90, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, bro. We on Mission Impossible. You gotta have a certain level of wisdom or dark matter energy levels or kundalini energy levels just to sit here and listen to me. Everybody can't listen to stuff like this. Earth is labeled Mission Impossible.
If you're gonna walk around, go Savon. Yo, fat self, big back. You already eating? Get out the refrigerator. He gonna stick his whole head in there. If you're gonna walk around, go Savon. Nah, my boy, he's still looking for more food. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what? Save me a trip over there. I need to get the chicken drumsticks too.
We don't go get your own.
What color is this one?
Mustard.
Oh yeah, that match my walls at the house.
Okay, you play.
No, this one match my wall. This one match my walls. This one match my walls at the house, right? Is this the strawberry and cream?
Huh?
Strawberries and cream?
Yeah.
They got more of these over there?
A bunch. They have a whole 20 cup for $3.28.
Okay, grab some more on your way out if you don't mind.
You play too much. I'm gonna let you keep though. Just because. Okay.
Ooh, that's the last one.
Hey, you don't have my hand on that.
It's the last one. You got to be quicker than that. I'm just playing with you. You sure?
I like them.
Okay. You know what? Save me a trip over there. I need to get the chicken drumsticks too.
Ew, what's going on, man? And I was looking on my timeline and I see all the pit bulls and the British bulldogs and everything else, you know what I'm saying? But they looking like kittens out there, joint, man. I just want y'all to see what a real dog's supposed to look like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't got too much play in him, you know. You just give him the word and it's like, oh. Calm down, baby. Calm down. Hey. We got it. You know. Ain't a lot of play in them. You know what I'm saying? It's that Mexican blood, that El Chapo shit. You know what I'm talking about? Now, relax, man. We good. Ew.
The Mexican boy is crazy. El Chapo. He said El Chapo. What?
I fucking bed.
Hey. Hey.
I fucking bed.
Say I am 2 months.
He 3 months, girl.
Say I am 3 months.
Okay, let him talk. Oh my God, Bam.
Babies be talking. Them babies do be talking.
Bam. Oh my God.
Say hey, Val. Hey, Val. Do the 3 months again. Hey, Val. Hey, Quentin. Say hey, Quentin. Hey, Quentin.
Val.
Oh my God, Mommy made my baby die.
Why? What did
because she put it in the oven and then cooked it.
Oh, please. That's not nice to cook the baby.
And it died. Mommy made my baby die.
Why?
Oh wow.
Mason, what'd you just do?
Oh, that's it. Oh my God. Dog did it too.
I just want to cry and eat ice cream.
Got your period, huh? Alright, stay cautious. Don't get near my mom if you want to live for like a week. She's dangerous. Don't get in her danger zone. Alright, don't get near her. Don't touch her. She's magic. She can go, watch out. See you.
I just want to cry and eat.
What? He said, watch out. Yo, that was funny. That was funny. He said, yeah, your period, huh?
Got your period, huh?
Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Oh, This was funny. That's all this. It was funny.
Hi.
Do y'all see the what kind of baby like? She put the other baby put his arm like right next to the other baby like stop, don't go in. We don't know him. He started crying as well. Oh my god, that is funny.
Have a crush at school?
I don't.
Why are you hitting me then?
Cause you're irritating.
I'm irritating you. So then why are you always talking about him then?
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Ayla's talking about him sometimes. If I talk to him.
You just said that he smiles at you, and you smile at him. You have a crush?
No, I don't. I don't.
Why are you getting so abusive over this?
Stop recording.
I'm not recording.
Let me see.
No, my phone's off.
No, it's not.
That's it.
No, it's not.
I'm not recording. I'm just holding my phone talking to you. Oh,
no,
God.
it's not.
Do you like him?
No, I don't.
Tell me the truth.
I don't.
Okay.
Damn,
I don't know. I'm just looking. Have a crush at school?
That's every dad's fear, you know. But hey, everybody gotta grow up one day, you know. That's just how it is.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Wow. Oh my god. Put that.
Oh my gosh.
Like, oh, you want a chocolate girlfriend like you?
Oh yeah, I want some chocolate girlfriend. A sexy chocolate girlfriend.
You want her to be skinny, or you want her to be thick, or you want her to be fat, or you want, you know?
No, I want a skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, a skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy? Am I skinny?
Mama, you pretty.
Sit back. You ain't gotta go over and hug me and tell me that. James, what? I know you said I'm pretty, but what do you consider me to be? Am I skinny? Am I fat? What do you consider me?
You are getting fat, but I love you. I'm just saying you are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't want a girl my size.
What?
I'm just saying.
I love you. I'm just saying
No,
you
baby.
getting a little big or something. You getting like fat. You getting big like that. Yeah.
Oh, you want a chocolate girlfriend like you?
Oh.
Yo, little kids would be so silly, man. I mean, they would tell the truth for real.
When I turn to a grown up, I don't want to be a fat grown up. I want to be a skinny grown up.
Do you know any fat grown ups?
It's not right, French, huh? When I turn to a grown up,
it's one right in front of me.
When I tell you to get in the bed, you cry for daddy?
Yep.
But why?
Because you birthday. What you ate today? What you ate? Huh?
I just finished eating dinner. Crawfish bisque.
Ooh, that just stinks. It smells like it's poo. You should have pooed yesterday. That's what I smell. It smells like babies. It smells like you just ate baby things. That's why you ate babies. Babies.
When I tell you to get in the bed, you cry for daddy?
He said, ooh, that just stink. Oh my god. That is too funny, dog. Oh man, this is gonna be another one of those, y'all. For real.
Ways you were gonna end up alone.
Yeah.
It's okay, you can find someone, but you have to change your ways.
Shut the fuck up.
Ways you were gonna end up alone.
Yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh man. You always bring it up, oh.
It's okay, you can find someone, but you have to change your ways.
Shut the fuck up.
Now y'all know Nick loves the kids, and this one has been here before. Check him out.
Nancy,
He's backing
Get it
that
out
thing
your
up with
mouth.
his cigarette. Oh.
get it.
Now y'all know Nick loves the kids.
eating this? No, I'm gonna cook this. I'm gonna throw it in the garbage. And then we're gonna order a pizza. Are we eating this?
It's hard being a dad. And you want to make good choices for your
Dad.
kids. What?
That is why God gave you me. And that's why he gave you me and Isaac. That is why. So then we can have talks with you and make you good to the kids.
You're right. You do help me to be a better dad.
And that's why God brought us to be here.
So I can be a better dad to all the kids?
Yes. That's why he brought us here.
I believe this. I believe this. You have helped me to be a better dad. All right. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to try to take your thoughts. It's hard being a dad.
As I walked on by, she could see from my face that I was fucking high. As I walked on by, she could see from my...
Wow. He must play that song a lot, huh? Well, I didn't know that.
You wanna get out there? Dang, man. You gotta get it together, man. You straight?
What?
You wanna get out there?
Why is he not hoping that baby, bro? Hope her out. He's just watching.
What's your question?
How do you charge these?
Nah, this is what I'm saying. Hold on. Hold on.
I don't feel like that shit. I'm asking you one simple question. And you gotta always grab your camera before you even answer somebody.
No, because you asking me, how do you charge them?
How do you charge this up? I can't find my AirPod. My sister let me.
No way. She think you gotta charge them headphones. That is too funny. I know some of y'all. I mean, at first I was like, dang, what type of headphones are these? But these are plugging into the, that is funny though, dog. She said, well, how do you charge these?
Me use these. How do you
What
charge?
makes you think they dead? That's what I'm not understanding.
Because every time I put it in my ear, I'm not hearing nothing.
Show me.
Schedule and the busyness, how busy it will be with Trump-related cases, it's pretty staggering.
My phone, even though it's a little bit of battery.
Okay, so do something. You not even doing nothing.
Look.
Talking about how do you charge? You ain't even try.
I'm trying now. Look, supposed to be music's gonna come on or something.
Against the backdrop of a court of
Nothing.
Currently
Nothing.
Play the music.
I'm trying to tell you, it's dead.
It's not dead.
Oh, it's working now.
Exactly. What's your question?
How do you charge these?
He can't get a collapse.
Cause what I'm trying to figure out is why there ain't no fucking food around here. Where's the food at? Damn. Damn, y'all motherfuckers, everybody wanna have a barbecue. You let the trash out there, I ain't nothing around this bitch. Nah, everything gone. That's crazy as hell. I really should tear the rest of this house up. But I'm gonna chill though today. I ain't even gonna be on that with y'all. That shit get on my motherfucking nerves. I swear to God. Everything I'm about to move. Y'all lucky I just fought this rice. Oh, y'all. Bitch, you heard me. Nigga, you had some food out here sitting waiting on me. The fuck? Cause what I'm trying to figure out is why there ain't no fucking food around here. Where's the food at?
Why don't we ever talk about how haunted Japan is? You know about the ghost problem over in Japan? So there was this earthquake that happened in Japan that caused a tsunami that no one saw coming. Residents literally had an 8 to 10 minutes warning before the tsunami hit. And after the tsunami was over, it was recorded that waves had reached heights of 133 feet tall, traveling at 435 miles per hour speeds. And even though that's crazy, what might be even crazier is the fact that in the days after the catastrophe, taxi drivers in Japan began reporting what is known as the phantom hitchhiker phenomenon. It's when drivers have the experience of picking up a passenger, but then the passenger vanishes before reaching the destination. Multiple Japanese taxi drivers reported picking up passengers who vanished while the car was still moving. One passenger literally asked to be taken to a cemetery. And then there was this other instance when a ghost followed someone into someone else's cab, and apparently not everyone can even see the ghost in this video. So get in the comments and let me know if you can see it.
Wow.
Why don't we ever talk about how haunted Japan is?
And the people gave me a large fry by accident, and I didn't want them because I don't eat that stuff or whatever, so I threw it to the birds when I came home. I come back like almost, what, just about 15 hours later or whatever, approximately. I don't know, I'm bad with math. Don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, charge it to my heart. But I come out here and not one single fry that they gave us is gone. Not one single fry. And then if you look close, there's a bunch of black ants on them. The black ants are stiff. They're dead. They're not even moving. So it seems as if they attempted to eat the fries, but in the midst of it, they died.
So birds will not eat the fries. The ants that did died. Yet people are still consuming this and putting this in their bodies.
And the people gave me a large fry by accident, and I didn't.
Now, if the ants and the bird don't even want to eat it, the ants die from it. Yeah, it goes to tell you, McDonald's ain't it.
Eating double fried potato chips, double fried potato chips, double fried potato chips, double fried potato chips. Dip your double fried potato chips, double fried potato chips. I like double.
Baby, whoever told you salads are boring lied. Today I'm going to show you how to level up your salad in the most delicious way with these Parmesan crusted crispy cauliflower Caesar salad wraps. Let's get into it. We're going to start out by making our dairy-free Caesar salad dressing, but I'm going to call this my green goddess Caesar salad dressing because, baby, I went ahead and added my parsley in and blended it, and it turned it a little green. Not mad at it. It was still delicious. Then we're going to make our wet and dry batters for our crispy cauliflower. Go ahead and dip your cauliflower in the wet batter followed by the dry batter. Then we're going to fry this in some grapeseed oil or whatever oil that you love to use. Fry it until it's golden and gorgeous like this. Assemble your Caesar salad with some romaine, non-dairy shredded and grated Parmesan, and some vegan friendly croutons. Then we're going to add our Caesar dressing to a large burrito wrap followed by our Caesar salad, crispy cauliflower, and some more Caesar salad. Wrap that baby tight, and then we're going to add our grated and shredded non-dairy Parmesan to a pan. Place our Caesar wrap on top and cook it until it's sexy and golden like this. And baby, this might possibly be the best way I have ever enjoyed a Caesar salad.
Delicious. Oh my gosh.
Now get in your kitchen and make this too.
Jaguar.
The gene comes from the word genie.
Jaguar Wright told us that Jay-Z won't be silent about his connection to Diddy. And baby, she wasn't lying because Jaguar Wright was just on Piers Morgan exposing the out of Jay-Z. Jaguar Wright was calling out Jay-Z for his silence, saying that now he's gonna have no choice but to talk because he has connections with Diddy, R. Kelly, Epstein, and Harvey Weinstein. She also said that she has victims that have video footage of these freak-offs and what they do to people, and she said that she saw what Jay-Z and Beyonce were allegedly doing to people. Jaguar Wright even said that Jay-Z is the one that allegedly set up R. Kelly because he knew everything that he was doing and he was doing the same shit. And she said that Jay-Z is the one that funded surviving R. Kelly because his best friend for years is Dream Hampton. And baby, she wasn't lying. Jay-Z and Dream Hampton have been friends for years. She is the one that co-wrote Jay-Z's 2010 memoir, Decoded. And as you can see, her work also includes the 2019 Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly. Jaguar Wright is saying that Jay-Z set up R. Kelly on purpose when he's doing the same exact shit, just like Diddy. All of this shit is absolutely insane, and I cannot believe that we have Jaguar Wright on Piers Morgan, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll y'all this clip, and you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere. Forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
These charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucien Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to bid for all of his precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job.
Do you think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about other people?
He has no choice. His ego and his addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. He's got everybody on tape. They all know it. It's a mess. Dream Hampton.
Something deeper behind that too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
The gin comes from the word.
I want to watch this video real quick. With Noah Jacob says, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So it says, "Pray for me. Hurricane Milton is coming. He's in Florida." Let's see what you talking about.
We just had Hurricane Helen pass by.
Yep.
Now we have Hurricane Milton coming through, which is gonna be tomorrow night. I live in Florida. I don't live in Tampa, which is where it's supposed to be getting hit very heavily. Now, I know the mayor of Tampa, I seen a small clip she said in the video. She said, if you're in Tampa when the hurricane comes, you're going to die.
Wow.
And she was serious about it. I'm like, oh, snap. This is like something very, very serious at this point. A lot of the times, people may overreact about the weather, what's coming, the hurricanes and all that. But this one right here has me convinced that it's going to be very serious. It's a Category 5. Now, I'm more south of Tampa, so I don't expect
So they saying it's a Category 5, too. So anybody in Florida, man, I would say get out of there. Tonight, if we got to take a flight, man, get out of there, man. Your life is way more important than whatever you got out there. For real. You can always get that stuff back. You know? But, man, prayers to, I'm sending positive energy your way, man. So I hope y'all figure out what y'all can do to get out of that situation. For real. Whoever is going through that right now.
Getting hit too hard. I don't live like on a low level. I live in more of like a skyrise type of building. So for me, I should be pretty good. I do just need to stack up on water. But in this video, we're going to look at some more information because I haven't looked at any videos when it comes to this entire hurricane that's going to come by. But we're going to look at what the mayor has to say. We can see right here that people are evacuating Tampa.
What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out, I've ridden others out? What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Well, I can tell you right now.
So a lot of people are trying to get out of there, respectfully.
Residents tonight. To Tampa residents tonight.
The number one message, as it has been for several days now, is that you need to prepare, do whatever you need to do, and then get out of the evacuation zones, which now are evacuation zone A and B. And as we all have heard so many times now, you hide from the wind and run from the water. And we are talking about right now the possibility of a direct hit.
It's crazy. Alright, for no. Yeah,
See, I live down here in this area, like Miami area. We're supposed to be underwater about 3 to 5 feet. Sarasota, 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah, he about to be stuck in the house.
Shit. Yo, Florida's about to be underwater.
Yeah, definitely.
With 10 to 12 foot tidal surge. Put that in perspective, Hurricane Helene, which just left the Tampa Bay area a week ago, there was 6 foot storm surge, and that was literally devastating to so many in our coastal area. We have 126 miles of coast just in the city of Tampa. And so people need to be heeding that warning. And from the looks of traffic on all of our northbound highways, they're doing just that.
Yeah, we've seen how jammed up those highways are. I know a lot of the tolls have been suspended to help facilitate.
And I'm just thinking about it, like, it really must suck, you know, just having a nice house in that area and knowing that it's about to get flooded, whether it's like a, you know, whether it has a basement or not. Like, I would have just made it a goal friggin' to put everything in a truck or a U-Haul, all my valuable belongings, because I do not want all of it to get wiped away from
people getting out of there.
I wouldn't want it.
What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out, I've ridden others out? What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow. I mean,
wow.
That is an incredibly blunt message, and I know
that was crazy.
You have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Damn. So yeah, man. They gotta be like amplifying these hurricanes though, cause ain't no way it's just popping off like this. Like they gotta be modifying these hurricanes, cause there's no way, dude. Like. If the planet was that mad, man, it would have flooded the whole planet, you know, for real. If the planet was really like, you know what, I'm tired of everybody and they bull crap, I'ma flood the whole planet, you know. So they gotta be modifying these hurricanes for sure. I agree on that.
I've never said that. And 10 to 12 foot surge. I mean, if this takes a jog to the south, that's going to save us from the storm surge, but it stays on the track that it's projected to be on right now, or if it goes a bit north, would be even worse. Some of the predictions are saying that Pinellas County, to the south of us, the entire county is going to be underwater. So this is something that I have never seen in my life, and I can tell you that anyone who was born and raised in the Tampa Bay area has never seen anything like this before. People need to get out.
And your message is just, this isn't survivable.
This, if we have that predicted storm surge, it is not survivable.
Can I ask you what that means for the General Hospital there in Tampa? Because it's on a bit of an island. And there was actually kind of this amazing thing that was used during Helene, the aqua fence as it's known, to stop the storm surge. And it worked. But from what I read, it said it can only stop out 15 feet of water. Are you worried that may not be enough for this storm?
I am worried about that, but you know, it worked before. That it's not on a kind of an island; it's on an island, Davis Island.
15 feet of water above the ground. That is taking everything away.
Yeah.
And of course, that hospital,
that's insane.
Close to 100 years old, was built there. Wouldn't be built there under current conditions. But that aqua fence, you know, really saved that hospital. So hopefully the engineering behind it continues to work, where the weight of the water holds that fence down and keeps the water from coming in. But it is rated for 12 feet. So if we hit the storm surge, it's at high tide, hopefully that fence will hold and the surge will just go over the top of it. You know, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But they have all of the patients are up higher on higher floors, but it certainly would take out the electricity, the generators, and so forth at that location.
Mayor, you're dealing with
Bro,
such
and I'm just thinking about all the businesses. Like, you have different, whether it's like a nail salon or a restaurant, having that get completely flooded out is just unfortunate. A well-established business, and even a home.
Yeah.
Serious matters here. Having to move hospital patients to higher floors in case of a big storm surge, closing the Tampa International Airport, obviously a very busy airport. So many steps that you're taking and delivering this blunt message tonight. I can't believe I have to ask this, but I do want to ask you if the misinformation that we've seen about storms and the federal response is getting in the way, actually, and affecting your disaster response as a city official.
It's not. You know, that is just all noise out there, and it's it really is sad that individuals would stoop to that level. It's, you know, to bring politics into something like this. President Biden just called my cell phone less than an hour ago to ensure that we had everything that we needed. The administrator for FEMA came here from North Carolina, where they are handling the issues up there, flew into Tampa, drove around with us, and then went over to the barrier islands in Pinellas County, St. Pete, Clearwater. We have the resources from the federal government. Governor DeSantis, Kevin Guthrie, the emergency manager, they are on top of it. Everyone is working together to make sure that we keep our communities as safe as we possibly can during this event.
Yeah, just seeing how urgently you're working to clean up from one storm and prepare for the next.
The planet's strongest storm this year barrels toward Florida. So it's not the planet's strongest storm overall.
Right.
But it's just the strongest storm this year, I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comment down below.
Yes.
I doubt it's the
I'm
strongest
thinking
storm.
of everybody in Tampa, hoping everyone
Ever.
stays safe. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight.
All right. Let's hop into this news article. We're probably going to get, not a news article, but like a, who would ever thought we'd be watching the news on this channel? But this is something serious. You know, lives are at hand. I live in the state of Florida. This is something that's probably going to be affecting me. I seen that it said that there's going to be about like 3 to 5 feet storm surge where I'm at. And it's just crazy.
All right, good afternoon to you. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shea with a ton of updates, a lot of new information on a monstrous, potentially devastating and catastrophic hurricane that has developed in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. This wasn't even a tropical system back on Friday evening, Friday night. It developed over the weekend, and now it is a major, very dangerous Category 5 hurricane.
One thing I do have to say is that in one of the compilations that we watch, you know how we watch those TikTok compilations, like with a lot of like, either like crazy shocking videos that you wouldn't believe exist, or just like current events that are up and coming. It was about like a week and a half ago where someone had revealed that, yo, there is another storm coming. And this was like a week ago or so.
Talking about Milton. So let me show you where we've been so far this season and where we are now. As you can see, we are now up to 13 named storms. Out of those, we've had 9 hurricanes, and now we've had 4 major hurricanes, including Beryl, which of course hit Houston back on July 8th as an 80-mile-per-hour Category 1 hurricane. But before it hit Houston, it did briefly strengthen to a Category 5 major hurricane. We also had Helene that, of course, just barreled through the Big Bend of Florida, caused catastrophic flooding across parts of the Appalachians, western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee. That one strengthened to a major Category 4 hurricane. Kirk, a major Category 4 hurricane at one point. And now we have Milton that has rapidly intensified. At 4 a.m. this morning, it had 100-mile-per-hour winds. By this afternoon, winds up to 175 miles per hour. And as of the latest update a few minutes ago, winds now up to 180 miles per hour. So that's a really strong Category 5. That is as bad as it gets. So we are talking about worst case scenario with a nearly perfectly symmetrical hurricane churning out there in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Nadine is the next name on the list, and then we would have Oscar, Patty, Raphael. But hopefully things will simmer down and calm down pretty soon across the Atlantic Basin, because it has just been super busy and rough these last few weeks. All right, we're looking at a live view of Clearwater Beach. This is in Florida, where they're expecting maybe as much as 8 to 12 feet of storm surge, and with Milton getting even stronger, it could be even higher than that. So this is an area that is just to the south of the Tampa-St. Pete area on that western Florida Gulf Coast, and that is the area where we are very concerned about the potential for some catastrophic damage. There are already mass evacuations going on across parts of the Florida Peninsula in preparation.
Nah, I definitely have, bro. I haven't seen the sun out here in like 2 days, not gonna lie. It's not raining right now, but
for this monstrous storm, this major hurricane named Milton. So we are closely tracking Milton. You can see that it is very healthy, very symmetrical. You can see a well-defined eye. We've got a lot of heat, very quiet weather here, lots of sunshine in southeast Texas with near record temps, but dry air, quiet weather in place. Over towards Florida, though, they're already feeling the effects with flood watches already out, already starting to get some of those bands of heavy rain, but that is nothing compared to what Milton could potentially bring to that Florida Gulf Coast. Here's another view with our visible satellite, and you can see all of those clouds just circulating around that very well-defined eye there, and it is a storm, a hurricane that is becoming even more organized hour by hour. That pressure has just crashed in this system over the last 24 hours, and that has allowed the wind speeds to really intensify, to really get strong. And that is what we are dealing with as we go through the rest of today. Tonight, we'll be tracking a very dangerous hurricane over the next few days. All right, so let's get to the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. This is the latest as of the 4 p.m. advisory. Location 21.8 degrees north, 90.8 degrees west. Movement is to the east at 10 miles per hour. And that pressure down to around.
All right, so this one was posted 23 hours ago. We're going to click on this one right here. ABC Action News from 1 hour ago. This is going to be the most updated we could possibly get.
That 5 p.m. update on Hurricane Milton just coming in. So we do want to start this half hour with Chief Meteorologist Dennis.
Because a lot could change in 24 hours.
What's the new info at this point?
Yeah, definitely. You know, not the greatest news. We now are back to Category 5 hurricane winds of 165 miles an hour. We talked about this yesterday. As this storm was going through what we call an eye wall replacement, what happens is it weakens pretty significantly for about 18 hours, and then it strengthens again. It's a bigger storm at that point. Winds of 165. It is now moving east-northeast, so it's feeling the tug of that trough we've been talking about at 9 miles an hour, and the pressure 918 millibars. So warnings remain the same for the entire area.
Damn, Orlando.
Hurricane warnings and storm surge warnings. The surge numbers are something that may need to be tweaked soon. And Shay and I and Allie, we've been kind of looking at the numbers over the last few minutes, and we're going to see if the surge numbers from the NHC are beginning to hint at a greater threat to the south. Now, if you've been following me on Facebook, you kind of know what we're talking about. We've been seeing this for several hours. This afternoon, there was a wobble of this storm to the southeast. How many times as Floridians have we seen that happen? I mean, it's absolutely impossible to forecast where that and when that is going to happen. But we know with our experience that quite often you get these wobbles, especially as they approach Florida. And 9 times out of 10, those wobbles are to the right. Well, today, that happened. It was small, it was subtle, but I will use the example that I always use. So imagine you're driving a car and you're holding that steering wheel, right? And you turn that steering wheel just a little bit to the right. Well, 100 yards down the road, it isn't going to change very much, your direction. But 200 miles down the road, it is. So that little subtle change, that little wobble, has changed the track. The Hurricane Center has now bumped, nudged the track now down toward the south, closer to the Sarasota area. The margin of error, when you look at the cone, remember, this cone has nothing to do. There's no one at the Hurricane Center saying, well, let's make this cone a little bit bigger on this side and a little bit less on this side. All this cone is in terms of time, the average margin of error over the last 5 years. And it should be getting closer because we're now about 30, 34 hours out from landfall. So you would expect the margin of error to be
serious,
lower.
yeah.
But I'll say this again.
Yes.
We as Floridians know these wobbles are going to happen, and there's not a model on Earth or a human on Earth, for that matter, who can predict where those specific wobbles are going to occur. But we do know, more often than not, they're a little bit to the right. So when we take a closer look at that updated track, this line was over Tampa Bay itself, the actual bay, at 11 o'clock, and now it is more south of Bradenton, between Bradenton and Sarasota. We're going to take a closer look at this, but I implore everyone watching this right now, look at the margin of error. Look at that cone of uncertainty. How many times in the last couple of decades have we gone out here and said, and I'll answer it, think of Charlie, think of Irma, think of Ian, heck, think of Helene, because even Helene at the end veered a little bit to the right. Remember how Tallahassee was in the sights? We were all the live shots in Tallahassee, all the trees, everything was going to be rebuilt. And 6, 7, 8 hours later, that track had shifted a little bit, 30 miles to the right. 30 miles is huge in terms of how it would impact the Bay Area. If you get a direct impact right into the Bay, it's going to impact millions of people. If you get an impact a little farther to the south, it's going to impact hundreds of thousands of people. But the point is, I don't want these folks, and even Fort Myers, and heaven knows they know after Ian, you just have to remember this cone of uncertainty remains in play. But we also know that the normal error on these storms, the normal wobbles, are typically to the east and the south. So again, I literally just got this new track. I'm going to have a chance to go over and look at it. I'm not even sure necessarily if the models have updated in terms of the impact for us, but there's one thing that's really important. We've talked a lot about the shear, okay? Look at the rainfall totals north of the eye. 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of rain. Look at the area and the heavy rain south of the eye, significantly lower. The way this is going to set up when this storm moves in, the northern half of that eye wall is going to have a heck of a lot more rain than the southern half. I'm telling you, I think the southern half is going to be practically rain-free from the shear that comes in. But there's going to still be wind. Now, these numbers have nothing to do with the NHC's forecast. This is just a particular model run. And right now, I think it's pretty solid. So this brings, by tomorrow night, winds of, these are gusts, not sustained, winds of 50 to 60 miles an hour gusts. And then by about midnight to 2 a.m., you start to see the winds 80 to 90 mile an hour gusts. Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, 60. And then overnight, 2 a.m. to 6, 7, 8 a.m.
What are always going
I just looked up what storm surge means. Like, what does it even mean? This is a storm surge or storm flood, a tidal surge or storm tide is a coastal flood or tsunami-like phenomenon of rising water commonly associated with low-pressure weather systems, such as cyclones. So when they really say that there's going to be a 10 to 15 foot storm surge, they really mean that the water is going to rise 10 to 15 feet. Kind of, it's like low-key like a floating tsunami.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
I just need to clarify on that one.
You still, inland areas, pick up winds gusting 60 to 80. So, look, we're going to be talking a lot about this continuously. I'll be on Dennis Phillips Live tonight at 7 o'clock straight through, and I'll have a chance to just continue to talk and like analyze area by area. But I think at the end of the day, here's my point out of this. We have a track that is shifting south. It is. Now, can it shift back north? Sure. Do I think it's going to? Unlikely. Because usually what happens, we'll say it again, when you get an unexpected wobble to the right, that's going to change things, and rarely do you get them shifting back in the other direction. It can, but the most important thing to remember as you look at these winds, here's your time frame again. We start to see tropical storm force winds in the mid-afternoon. We get the heavier winds, 58 to 73, gusting tomorrow evening, and then the hurricane winds come in around midnight. So we're going to have massive power outages, and even the northern counties, and this is where I don't want to have a mixed message. So I'm sure a lot of people at home saying, oh, yes, if you live in Pasco County or Hillsborough County or Pinellas County, maybe the impacts of surge will be lower. And that is certainly true. But you are going to get some serious wind and some serious rain in that northern eye wall. So Pinellas and Hillsborough and Pasco, if this track verifies.
Damn, and Tampa has a direct hit.
Potentially, it might even go a little more to the south by the 11 o'clock advisory. I still think there's going to be major impacts from power outages, maybe a little less with surge. In fact, I'll say not maybe. If this track verifies, surge threat will be lower for the Bay and for Pinellas County. It's still going to be surge. As the storm moves away, we are then going to get an onshore flow. But overall power outages, you can see them in the overnight hours, and it's the worst time. I get it. Everybody's like, why do these things always hit at night? We are going to have widespread power outages in the overnight hours on Wednesday night into Thursday. And then once it leaves to the right, it's going to taper off pretty quickly.
Hey, bro, I'm not going to lie. Prayers go out to the people over there in Tampa. Hope everyone's doing well, making their way outside of it, because the mayor said you will die. That's what the mayor said.
A mass exodus, frantic, the fearful flocking, the wise with them. No gas, all brakes.
We have a very stressful, potentially dangerous situation unfolding here in the Tampa Bay area. This is St. Petersburg, and what you're looking at is just a little bit of a slice of the mass amount of people trying to evacuate out of the Tampa Bay area. All of the arterial roads, the interstates, the main highways out of Tampa Bay are jam-packed as people are fleeing. They're trying to escape the path of Hurricane Milton.
Water.
And what they're coming across are gas stations like this, closed.
Florida is always going through something, right? I swear. Like, if you ain't even gotta live there to know, you don't want to move there. Like, for real.
They do not have gas left, and so these pumps have all been wrapped with saran wrap. What that does, it helps protect the screens, the electronics from hurricane force-driven rain. They also even have the nozzles zip-tied to the machine so they don't flop around in the winds as well. But these are wrapped a day and a half before likely any impacts from Hurricane Milton that could be felt here in St. Petersburg, because the folks here at the gas station say that they don't expect any more gas being delivered here ahead of the hurricane.
I'll leave at 2:30 in the morning. I'll leave at 2:33 in the morning, because all this will kind of die down, but we don't have diesel. So every time I come down here, we already kind of know, because we do so much cat work. I normally travel with at least 20 gallons. I brought this from Atlanta. I didn't just try to hoard gas. So we always come down.
This man has a plan. He's leaving as soon as the storm is coming?
At least enough diesel to get back home, or at least to get back over the line, no matter where it is.
Among the masses moving out, the contractors who rushed in to help rebuild after Hurricane Helene.
A total mess. Can't believe I'm showing it to you. Normally it's really organized.
Are packing up too. When they return, they'll face an even bigger mess.
Just go ahead and evacuate to something higher above sea level. It's the best thing that you can do right now.
Same nightmare, new storm. Milton's bearing down, forcing millions to ask themselves the ultimate question: stay or go? It's not as obvious as you might expect.
Psalm 46:1.
I would rather be with my boat than not with it, because if I'm not here, I don't know what's going to happen to it. But if I'm here, I mean, I know I'll survive. If the boat goes down, I can swim. But I'm not going to
No, bro.
He's
That's
staying
not
on
safe.
that tiny ass boat.
That is not safe, bro. That's not safe. I'm not gonna lie, that is not safe.
What are you gonna do? I mean, he's a grown man. I don't think anyone could drag him away from his boat, but that's definitely not a smart decision.
Yeah.
Boat goes down, I can swim. But I'm not.
Wait, that's not funny.
It's not.
That's not funny.
That's not funny.
But at the same time, he's talking about swimming. When the whole entire city is supposed to be like 15 feet underwater. He's talking about swimming right now.
Somewhere else and leave the boat here because this is everything I own right now. I mean, I can't afford to give it up. Social Security cut my Social Security check off in June.
That's sad.
Said I'm no longer disabled. I don't know what that means. So they cut my check off. Now I have no income. So if I lose this boat, then I'm back on the street again, and I'm not going to do that.
Jay already refused to abandon ship during Hurricane Helene.
How high did the water get during Helene?
It got to about an inch below the top of the pillar. Or the pylon.
But I think it'll be best if you was to leave, and then whatever happened to his boat happens to his boat, and then he comes back. Rather than him staying there, let's say something obviously does happen to his boat, then something happens to the boat and him. It seems like he's willing to risk his life for it.
Yeah. What was that experience?
Tough. This is the quote that they had over the window. It says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Buyer." That's tough because it's really in situations like this where there's no amount of money, there's no amount of protection you could put around your house or belongings. It's like when it comes to that house that they have, it's in God's hands. Yeah. Literally.
That's really good.
I slept through it.
He's even become sort of a local social media celebrity with people coming to check in on him. A strange kind of fame, but people do care.
Are you concerned for Jay?
I mean, yeah, I come and check on him every day and brought him a bunch of clothes and food and stuff, water. But I mean, he doesn't want to leave his boat, which I understand. I've tried to help him get the hotels and stuff, and I started GoFundMe on TikTok that got like $7,000, which I'm gonna be giving him the money soon once it transfers in. But yeah, I mean, I tried to help him get to him a safe place. He just doesn't really want to do that. So.
It's a little mess. Please don't mess.
It's wow. You got it pretty well organized, actually.
Well, organization is my thing.
A lot better than me.
Something else.
And so this is where you'll camp out some food. You have supplies here.
I hope he makes it out.
I sleep here and everything on that side. I got my stove there. I have a box cooler that I have my food in. I got a regular cooler for cold stuff right there. And up in the front where it's too shallow to actually go in there, I use that for storage for my clothes and whatnot.
And where's your water?
Water, in those boxes.
I mean, the ideal thing is to get him into a hotel, which people, a ton of people have been offering. So if we can convince him to put the boat somewhere else and just get him in a hotel, I think that would be the most ideal thing.
I just go to sleep. Every time I got into trouble and I pray to God and I just talk to him, but he always told me, go to sleep, it'll be all right in the morning. I go to sleep, I wake up and it's always better in the morning.
Do you plan on sleeping for Milton?
Oh yeah. I mean, once the boat's over the water and the wind's hitting me on the nose, the boat's going to be steady, it's going to be in that direction, and the only thing I got to worry about is the wind blowing me around a little bit and the tide going up. Okay. I'm not concerned.
At least Jay doesn't have to worry about sandbags.
Guys, back up.
At least he's not concerned.
You got to leave room. There is enough sand for everybody. Relax and back up.
Why does everyone want sand?
So you have St. Pete police on sand patrol, literally having to direct people away from the pile of sand because there's so many people that are just desperate to get their bags. So it's like he's directing traffic, but it's people with their shovels and their sandbags waiting to fill up what they can.
I think the sand is just used to hold things down.
A couple things happening here. You just had Hurricane Helene, which brought in record storm surge to the Tampa Bay area, here in St. Petersburg in particular.
Look at that.
We're basically in the middle of the cone for the next hurricane, Milton. That has motivated people in a way that I've never seen here in St. Petersburg. People are lining up like it's Black Friday for sandbags. They're trying to get their allotment and trying to protect what they had. They just had the example of Hurricane Helene, and so they know that they are vulnerable.
I lost my girlfriend here, but she's somewhere. Oh, there she is. She's struggling. filling up as much as we can, you know?
Yeah. Have you guys ever done sandbagging before?
No, never. Definitely acting on the side of precaution, though, you know, so.
Well, I mean, you just saw what happened.
Yeah,
Alright, prayers go out to everyone in Tampa.
For
Hope
real,
everyone
man.
makes it out safe. Prayer goes out to that dude right there that wants.
Yeah, cause man, I hope everybody, you know, can make it through. But if you gotta leave, leave. Please get out of there. For real.
Rapper, and I used to play basketball overseas.
Pull off, please, pull off.
Do you guys remember before everyone was talking about microplastics that they would actually market them as microbeads in shampoos and toothpaste? But here's the crazy part. Many products, which the companies said they voluntarily removed the microplastics, still contain microplastics, including toothpaste. So this organization gathered a whole bunch of data, and out of 600 almost products, 350 of them contained either microplastics, septical microplastics, and in some cases, both. Now, this is an example of how much microplastics are in a single tube of this toothpaste. I don't know if this is still in continuation today. But this is another example of the kind of stuff we're exposed to. Never mind the fact that commercial toothpastes contain many strange ingredients that, quite frankly, would never be found in the natural world. It's just a little bit of chlorine in the water. It's just a little bit of genetically modified food. It's just a little bit of pesticides. It's a little bit of electromagnetic frequencies. I mean, how many little bits of things until we realize every angle we're exposed to something? I will say it feels very interesting to be filming a video about microplastics while they are actively being detoxed out of my body with bioavailable minerals. Now, we are giving these away for free today. Comment minerals below and I'll send you a DM. But these are fully bioavailable. They bind to heavy metals. They rebuild your DNA. They boost brain function. Imagine taking that in conjunction with the wild-crafted ashwagandha, the king of herbs in India, which boosts hormone production, fertility, memory, concentration, and more. We got a detox today. Do you guys remember before...
We up in the...
Anunnaki.
To the DoorDasher that stole my phone out of bar 7, my phone is sitting next to that computer right there. Yeah, I'm on your ass. I need to find his Facebook. I need to find all of his information because I want you prosecuted. To the DoorDasher that stole my phone out of bar 7.
Prosecuted, damn.
Look at that bullshit! Man! We is in a motherfucking fight for fucking survival. We ain't the goddamn power out. We ain't got no motherfucking electricity. Who the fuck finna be hungry? Not me, bitch. Fuck that.
9:30. We got high, heavy winds right now.
Is this now? This is not now.
We're basically marching up a river. Tide is rising very quick.
Very quick. It's getting hard to walk. Water's almost past the benches.
It's up to my knees right now.
Tampa General is doing well.
It's a whole leg workout.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a leg workout right here.
Show them the bench.
Look at the bench.
Almost underwater.
There's like fish nibbling at our feet.
Keep in mind, full high tide doesn't come.
Yeah, we got a couple hours till high tide.
It's gonna rise another foot.
Yeah, 2 feet. They said 8 feet. I don't know. Lieutenant Dan.
If you have ever stepped foot in these Appalachian Mountains and hiked them, we need you here. We need foot. We need people on foot. If you have ever hiked.
Can I get the police to 1349 Howard Road? This girl just pulled a gun out on me, and I got on video. Okay, just repeat that for verification. 1349 Howard Road, apartment 202. Who is this lady? I don't even know her, ma'am. She still got the gun. Yes, ma'am. She pointed it at me. I told that bitch to shoot me. Never seen her a day in my life, ma'am. No, I'm sitting in my house. I'm the candy lady. I don't know her. She come up. I just say, hello, bitch, why are you speaking to me? I'm like, okay, shut your door. I'm like, who are you, man? She came and slammed my motherfucking door and knocked off my Ring camera. I got her. Can I get the police to 13?
Hi there, this is Apollo. This is going to be a very special video for the entire world. It's illegal to topple a government. But it is not illegal to topple a service corporation. You understand me now, ladies and gentlemen of this world? They're not governments. They're corporations.
True.
And it's not illegal to topple a corporation. Share the message.
Oh, chat, I really can show y'all.
Not only are these mini grilled cheese the cutest thing you've ever seen, but they are so good, and they would be perfect for a kid's lunch or even like a game day appetizer. Y'all, these were so bomb and super easy to make. All you need is a package of King's Hawaiian rolls. And then you just want to go ahead and slice them into 3 pieces like so and just start putting them together. I used all but 2 from the package, and this is how many I got. And then I took 1 stick of unsalted butter, added some garlic salt and some parsley, and just mix that up. You can add whatever you want to your butter, or don't even add anything at all, just like a classic grilled cheese. But you can't go wrong with adding a little garlic, in my opinion. So I just mixed that up, and then I did take out my skillet. I did not turn the heat on until I had all of these buttered and facing down, and then the cheese on top. So I took I had these thin slices of cheese. I did like 3 layers of this cheese because it was so thin. Slice them up, put them on top, and then as I was buttering the top part, that's when I turned the heat on the skillet. I kept it pretty low and then just started checking them and flipping them as soon as they were getting a nice golden crust, as you can see. And yeah, that is it. Just cook them on both sides like your classic grilled cheese. These came out so amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. Let me know if you guys try. Dang. Not only are these mini grilled cheese,
I gotta try that. I ain't gonna lie, that's easy. Get some Hawaiian bread with some butter. Dude, I'm trying that one day. How many of y'all gonna try that? Cause I am. Show. Dang.
So today I drove like 25 miles to my neighbor house just to check out their yard, and that's when I noticed that this courtyard was completely overgrown and in shambles. But it's a good thing I had my equipment with me, y'all, because there's no way I was going to leave it in this condition and go home and sleep well at night. The only thing I wish I would have did though, y'all, was wore longer pants, because the grass was so tall and I saw snakes and lizards everywhere. I mean, I even saw a bunch of animal bones that I believe belonged to a family of possums. And I've been to the jungle in Mexico before, y'all, so let me tell you, this area felt just as wild and untamed, but by cutting the grass and cleaning everything up, I believe it revealed its true potential. Now, I never told my neighbors that I was going to be back here doing anything today, and to be honest with y'all, I never even met them in person. We spoke online and they shared their address with me, and here I am today. But let me know in the comments if y'all think I should come back and do a complete transformation, or do y'all think cleaning this yard was enough? So my neighbor reached out to me and asked can I help repair her broken fence, and with me being me, I decided to replace the entire thing completely for free. Because she's a single mom, y'all, and with kids to take care of, I don't think she can afford to pay anyone else to do it. And even if she could, I prefer she save her money and go out and do something nice for herself. Now, it's always been a dream of mine, y'all, to be able to help people in unbelievable ways, and I must say, I'm extremely blessed to be currently living that dream. And since we on the subject of living a dream, y'all, be sure to chase all your dreams as if you can't fail. I mean, if you think about it, the worst thing that can happen if you fail is you'll just have to go back and live the life that you're living today. But if you're anything like Uncle John, you'll never give up and you'll always find a way to make it work. But back to the project, y'all. This fence is 120 feet long and can cost around $5,000 to have installed. And that's a lot of money these days, y'all, especially with people having more important things to worry about, like actually eating. But anyway, this fence took me 2 days to complete, and it cost me around $1,200 in material. If 2 people were to do this project together, I'm pretty sure it'll all be done in one day. The tools that I used is nothing special. You could get just about everything completed with a post hole digger, a drill, and a saw. And after all the hard work was finished, this was the result, y'all, and I think that she's gonna love it, especially with it restoring privacy for her and her family. But be sure to like and share this post, y'all, because this Uncle John, and I just want to know who's next.
Toxic
yes, a
kitchen?
completely non-toxic life where we don't eat any sugar, gluten-free, corn-free, dairy-free, oats-free. Wow. Anything that makes you swollen, we typically stay away from.
What led you to this?
A health situation with one of my kids. Okay. And from that, we learned about how my little dude, he had a health issue and learned you know, we learned how to
do this.
feed him, because if you think about it, and it's so crazy, like we will all put like super unleaded in our cars, but we'll put below regular in our bodies.
Yes.
Right? And you wonder why we have, you know, so much cancer and just health issues, and people are always in pain, and learning how to eat properly, you know, I'm no longer in pain.
Wow.
Right? Like I live a virtually pain-free life because nothing's swollen.
Wow.
Right? So
how long have you been on this journey?
We've been doing this for about 8 years now.
About 8 years. And I know your wife, she still makes desserts. Like, it's not like you're trading off things you like.
No, I have some of the best desserts ever because my wife makes it, like, we looking to make a cookbook because, like, the way she makes the cakes, if my kids go to a birthday party, right, the other kids will have whatever they're eating. My wife brings her cupcakes for the kids to eat. We had a party a little while back, and a bunch of the people at the party were like, can we have more of that cake?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I know that there's another cake, but can we have her cake?
Okay, y'all got to get a cookbook in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Look,
I mean, they're just
her
so delicious.
gluten-free vegan cinnamon rolls she made?
Yes. I mean, and there's no sugar.
Those are cookies?
Right? Those are cookies. There's just she's amazing at being able to, you know, her grandmother who's 99.
That's an apple pie. I'm sorry, I'm not listening to you. I'm looking at the food.
You know, that's dairy-free apple pie, and so these are they're basically like, you know, the Rice Krispie treats, right? But they're like healthy.
That's a vegan pecan pie?
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, y'all gonna be hungry in a little bit.
Okay. All right, so for people who want to start to explore this lifestyle, by people I mean me.
Yes.
Full disclosure, I do coffee. I stand like this with the things. I do a pour. I'm like,
right. But like, so we will, instead of sugar, we'll use honey.
Okay.
Right?
I do that in my tea.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll use honey, or we'll use a coconut sugar. Right. So coconut sugar.
You can do that.
You can do that, and coconut sugar isn't refined. Right. It's not processed. Right. So it's still just naturally from a coconut. Right. So fruit is a natural sugar. Right. So if you want to add some sugar to your thing, you can just, you know, ground up some fruit, put it in there. You're going to have natural sugars. You're going to get the sweetness that you're looking for, but the healthy way, not the processed.
Toxic.
Yes, completely non-toxic.
That's the way to do it, man. That's what I'm talking about.
So apparently, the U.S. has set a new record for homeless people, with 650,000 people living on the streets. And you know, it makes sense since inflation is so bad, forget going through the roof. It's in the clouds playing patty cake with Starlink. And it got so bad that a friend told me she had to pay $12 for 6 wings. Then you know, the price of living is absolutely diabolical. Yeah, because I remember decent apartments that used to be $800. Those same ones are now going for double the price. Especially if you live in places like LA and New York. I know some people that's paying almost 3 bands to live in a shoebox. Like the same things that I was getting that was $1 2 years ago. Now I'm paying $3, $4. Seeming like every time that I blink, the price increase. And it's only a matter of time, if we keep blinking and that price keep rising, that people eventually not gonna be able to afford it. Which is probably the reason that number increasing. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about this video in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if you one of those people who having trouble with their bills and need some extra...
The ant contracts their abdominal muscles with such force that their bodies literally rupture. Inside, they have specialized glands filled with a toxic, sticky substance. As their bodies burst, this lethal goo is explosively sprayed onto their enemies, coating them in the sticky toxin. The explosion not only immobilizes and often kills the attacking predator, but it also kills the ant in the process. This selfless act is a last resort defense mechanism, where the ant gives up its life to protect the colony. The ant contracts the...
Come on, Dada Mama, what's wrong, baby? Hey. Dada Mama, come on, baby, what's wrong, Ma? Mama, what's the matter? They done made you mad? They always making you mad. Okay, I'm gonna let you be mad.
Being alone has a power that very few people can handle. A lot of people can't handle being alone. They got to be in the crowd. They got to have somebody around them to give them validation to make them feel good. But if you can be alone and make yourself feel good and you at peace and you really happy, oh man, you got a power. Yeah, can't nobody manipulate you. you know how to go right back to your space and be at peace. That's for real, man, because a lot of people will try to, man, take your energy. When you get involved with the crowd, you never know who's hating on you inside that crowd. You never know who's against you. There'll be a lot of negative energy going your way. So if you know you're involved with a lot of people, man, take a step back from a lot of folks, man, because people can drain you. They can really drain all that good energy right up out you. Had you out here walking around like narcissists and mad at folks all the time, angry for no reason, hating on folks because your life ain't good. Now, don't fall in that trap. Let them miserable people go on about their way and enjoy you a long time. Like I say, it's a power in it. Facts. I appreciate everybody that got this far. Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell.
Amazon driver in Georgia has been fired after a video of him driving on a sidewalk was posted to TikTok. The video shows that driver steering his delivery van down a sidewalk in an Atlanta suburb. The user who recorded the video believes the driver was going 35 miles an hour.
He said I was doing 35 miles an hour. How does he know that is his eye speedometer? How does he know? That's how people will be driving and they won't mind their business. Of course, I was on the curb because we do curbside delivery. Yes, it says ETA now on the van. So we do curbside delivery. The closer I can be to the side, the closer I can be to the house, I can just pivot, do like that, and I'm at the doorstep. How do people think all their packages arrive? So I don't know.
In a statement, Amazon called the off-road act, quote, reckless and unacceptable behavior.
Well, I don't care. Who wants to even be doing delivery, even in this nonsense van that doesn't even have AC? So it's fine. They can take the job, but I'm trying my best. They say delivery. People order things and they want overnight shipping. Sometimes we have to deliver the thing on the same day. That's how I was eating lunch on my 15-minute lunch break. We don't even get the whole 15. And I had to leave it. I ate 2 spoons of my rice. I didn't even drink water. I had to drop back in the van to go and start delivering package. And what are people buying? I don't even know. So I will drive on the curb again. That's how I meet.
Amazon driver in Georgia.
Why is he driving on the sidewalk, though? Like, I don't understand that.
Story time about my old roommate who sold his soul to the devil and told me he did. Forewarning, don't watch this video at night. It's been 10 years since I met this person and it still freaks me out to think about. But I figure with it being spooky month, October, I'll share this story. People close to me know about it, but I've never publicly put it on the internet before. That said, this experience definitely made me feel like people can and do sell their souls. And it's one of the reasons I believe in God and light work and positive things and operate from that perspective with everything that I do and talk about. Okay, so I met him, we're gonna call him Dominic for the sake of the story. I met him 10 years ago. I was at a casting call for an MTV reality show in Chicago where I was living at the time. And at this casting call, there were a ton of people. So they separated us into groups of 20 and they brought us around this big table and they were asking us individual questions about our personality, our perspectives, things like that. There was one guy sitting across from me at the table and I noticed that he was noticing me every time I talked. He would kind of nod. And then I noticed that every time he talked, I kind of felt myself agreeing with the things that he was saying. So we kind of became like allies around this big group of tables. And at the end of this big group interview, the casting director called this guy, Dominic, me, and then another girl from our group into another room. And he was like, we loved your personalities. We think you guys might be a good fit for the show. We want to keep this interview going. So you're going to just have to wait here. And then we're going to do some one-on-one interviews. So it's the 3 of us in this room and the guy leaves. And while we're waiting for our one-on-one interviews, Dominic and I start talking more. And I realize that we actually do have a lot in common and we have a lot of the same stances on things, namely spirituality. And we ended up having this really deep conversation about the nature of reality and spirituality and things like that. It was a really crazy conversation to have the first time that you meet somebody. I feel like we really just connected on a super deep level. It wasn't just how are you? Oh yeah, the weather, blah, blah, blah. It was a different kind of conversation, but it was a positive one. Or so I thought. So this goes on for an hour and then finally they call Dominic into the room. He does his one-on-one interview. He leaves. We don't talk again that day. And we hadn't exchanged information or anything like that. So I'm just wow, what a crazy conversation. What a crazy first meeting of someone. And we leave. A few weeks go by and I went to a music video shoot. It was a hip hop artist. I was there with my friend and we were getting our makeup done when a guy walked in the room, another actor in the video. And when he walked in, I thought that he looked familiar. And then I realized it was Dominic from this other casting call. And like, I got excited to see him. Like, it wasn't like a romantic kind of interest that I had in him. Like, he was very attractive, but it was more just that connection that I felt like we had as like a friendship or whatever. But I saw him and I was like, oh my God, hey, like we met at this MTV casting interview. And he was also like immediately excited to see me. It seemed like, he was like, oh my God, like I can't believe you're here. Like it seemed like fate. So as the music video shoot goes on, like he and I are just like instant besties. Like we're having these crazy conversations, like in between takes, we're out in the parking lot, like talking. And that day we did exchange information. So it was like phone numbers and emails. And he lived pretty far from me. He didn't live in the actual city. He lived like 2 hours away. So he wasn't around much, but we texted and we emailed a lot. We emailed because we were having such deep and long conversations that texting didn't really do it justice. Like we would send each other basically letters. And this texting email relationship kind of went on for like 2 years. We did hang out a couple times when he was in the city. We would get coffee and there was nothing weird that ever happened in this time frame. I just considered him like a really good friend. Neither of us ended up getting that MTV show, but he did have some successes when it came to other acting pursuits. And I think it's interesting to note at this point that at the time, both of us were pursuing some kind of acting career path, right? I was just more doing it for fun and because I could and because it came easy. But I do think it's interesting to note that we always hear about people in Hollywood that are like selling their souls in order for fame and money and success and all those things. And I just think it's weird that like this is what we were pursuing when I met this person. Okay. So again, no red flags at this point, like just a deep friendship. 2 years after I meet him, I decided I was going to move to Nashville. I moved here with a friend of mine from Chicago. I wasn't really doing music videos or anything anymore. I actually moved here and I started working at a nonprofit doing an AmeriCorps program in environmental sustainability. And Dominic and I kept in touch when I lived here, but we didn't talk nearly as much as we used to. So the first year of me living in Nashville goes by, and my roommate who I moved here with decided that she was going to move out and get her own place. Like, fine, no big deal. So I needed to find a roommate. And I hadn't mentioned it really to anyone yet besides our immediate friend group in Nashville that I was looking. And out of the blue, about a week after she tells me that she's going to move out of our house that we were renting, I get an email from Dominic and he was just like, hey, how are you? Like checking in. I hope Nashville's going well. I was just letting you know I've actually been thinking about moving there. I think I'm going to. And I was like immediately excited because again, it seemed like fate. I'm just like, wow, like here's my roommate. So I fire back. I'm like, this is crazy. I think you should move. I have actually a room opening up. If you want to just like move in here, you can come check it out if you want. He's like, I mean, that would be great. Like, when do you need a roommate? I'm like, at the end of the month. And he was like, I can probably move in next month. Like, let's do it. I'm like, this is awesome. So my roommate moves out and I get the room cleaned up and Dominic moves in. And everything was fine for like maybe 3 months. He got a job right away. He was clean. He was a good roommate, like respectful. And again, this was like a completely platonic relationship. So I really enjoyed his company. Like I would come home from work and he would be home and we would just like have these sometimes really deep conversations, sometimes really light conversations, but again, pretty normal for a roommate situation. And then on month 3 of him living there, things started getting really weird, really dark, and really creepy really fast. There was one night when it was probably around this time of year, like October, and we had both worked that day. He was in the living room watching TV, and I was in the kitchen, like making something to eat, like I think like a stew or a chili or something. But I remember I had like a big stock pot on the stove, and I was like drinking wine, just kind of like in my element. And I felt like somebody, you know, watching me. So I turn around and Dominic is standing in the doorway of the kitchen. And I was just like, oh, hey, you know, this food will be ready like soon, like you can have some. And he just looks me dead in the eye and he goes, I sold my soul to the devil. And I kind of like laughed because I like, that's what an out of pocket thing for somebody to say, right? So I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I sold my soul to the devil. I'm not joking. And like, it really just creeped me out. It rubbed me the wrong way. I like felt myself get chills. I felt my like hands tighten around the pot I was holding. But obviously, like, what would you say in that situation? Like somebody that you've known for a few years tells you this. Like, so I just thought it was a joke. And I was like, well, what'd you get? Like eternal youth, love, success, like what? And he does not smile at all. Like he's still just like staring a hole through me. He was like, no, none of that, something better. But I can't tell you what it is because it negates the terms of the deal. But it was worth it at the time. And I was like, okay, Dominic, like, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I just thought you should know since we're like living together, the devil never just wants one soul. And he literally does this creepy smile, like it's burned into my memory. Like, I wish I could unremember this. Right. He smiles this weird, creepy, toothy smile. And then he just turns around and goes in the living room and like resumes watching TV. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I like stop what I'm doing and I start texting my friend. I'm like, hey, I want to get out of my house. Like, can you meet me? And she's like, yeah, let's just go to like this place down the street. Like, I'll meet you. I'm like, cool. I have this wild thing to tell you. And she had met Dominic. So like she knew that he was like kind of like eclectic, but like I was just like, I need somebody else's opinion on this. So I go to meet her. We stay out for a few hours. It was mostly just because I didn't want to be around him. Like I didn't know what to say after somebody tells you this, you know? And when I came home that night, he was like asleep in his room, like everything was fine. So I just like went to bed, just pretended like it was a joke, ignored it. That's what my friend had convinced me, basically, that he was just playing like a weird joke. So I was like, okay. So I go to sleep. The next day happens, nothing weird. He doesn't acknowledge it. I don't acknowledge it. Like everything's seemingly normal. And then the scratching started. So about a week later, I was laying in my bed. I have a cat. It was dark, okay? The cat is in bed with me. And I hear this like scratching, like on the walls. Like, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like there was an animal in the walls. We were renting an older house, so it wasn't that weird for me to think like a raccoon got in the attic or like there were maybe mice or something. Like, I don't know. So my cat noticed it too, and he was like staring dead at my closet. So I get up out of bed, I turn on the light, like I go to my closet and I'm listening, and I hear the scratching again. I look in my closet, can't figure it out, but I notice it's coming from like the back corner, like the back wall of the closet, which the other side of that was the living room. So I just like bang on the wall and the scratching stops. And I go back and I lay down, and then it starts again. And so I'm like, what is going on? I wasn't really that freaked out. Again, I thought it was an animal. So I get up out of bed, I turn on the lights again, and I go out into the living room, and it's dark, but I see a figure crouched down against the living room wall, like by the bottom of the wall. And I realize it's Dominic, and he's crouched down and he's scratching the wall outside of my closet. So I'm like annoyed at this point. Like I flip on the lights. I'm like, what are you doing? And he like does this weird creepy smile again. And he's like, I just wanted to prepare you because sometimes he likes to check in. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, this time it was me, but next time it might not be. So just like be prepared. And then he goes, okay, good night. And he walks back into his room and closes the door. I'm gonna have to make part 2. I'm so sorry, but I promise you the story gets even effing creepier.
Get out of here. This story is fake. It sounds scary though. I'm not gonna lie, man. You know somebody for that long, they just out of nowhere, they just say that to you. That's crazy.
Kind of early, ain't it, Buff? I'm 8 years sober, ma'am. I try to help people struggling with it. Dee, are you struggling? I'm just worried about you. Are you okay? You sure you want to go through with that, ma'am, this early? Okay. Wow. Well, at least let me buy the booze for you. Can I get it for you? You sure? I normally don't buy booze for people, but I will do it. I'll get the cigarettes for you, too. Lottery, too? Smokes, lottery, and alcohol? My goodness, ma'am. I'm not judging you, but I am kind of concerned. Now that you're my friend and all.
Actually, I don't drink this.
I used to say that too when I was struggling with it. Yeah, I didn't want nobody to know me, Ma. I got a program, though. I run a program, a 6-week boot camp, Bob. I could get you off all 3 of the vices. And I ain't judging. Just want to see you do good in life, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a millionaire. And it's because I got clean. It's because I'm sober. 9 years in December. Let me go ahead and purchase those toxins for you. Here, let me get that. We're going to put this on my card, Jalen, okay? Yeah, I'm going to purchase it for her.
No.
Yeah, because I know when I was doing those things, I kind of was struggling with it financially, so I want to help you. You mind? I don't want to invade your space. Can I do this for you?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. You got to give me a hug, though, when I'm done. Is that a deal?
Okay.
Okay. You got a fist bump on it. All right. Don't look at the password.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not accusing you of doing things like that, but I don't know you that well.
Is he really 9 years sober, though? That's dope when he is.
All right.
That was very nice.
You're welcome. I got to get my hug, though. You didn't give me my hug.
That's right.
Yeah. Love you.
Thank you.
Love you. You love me?
I love you.
If I'm being honest, Meemaw, I'm probably in love with you. Tell you the truth.
Oh my God.
Did you get a lottery ticket?
Oh, you know what I forgot? I need a bag of ice, small ice.
Oh, well, I guess I'm coming back.
No, I got this.
No, I'm doing the ice too.
No, I got it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You got extra $1? You got extra $1?
Do I got an extra $1?
Yeah. Got $1.
I don't have an extra $1. I got 75 cents.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm kind of hurting now after I did all that.
I do have one.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. That was just a test. See if you'd give like I gave. You have a good day, all right? Love you. Kind of early, ain't it, Buff?
They be going out early getting they stuff. You know what I'm saying? They about to party or something.
So I was thinking about the best way to kind of present this, but I'm just going to shoot it to you straight. If you're in Florida right now, you got to get the hell out. This freaking storm, dude, is nearing the mathematical limit of what the Earth's atmosphere can produce in terms of gusts of wind. 180 freaking miles per hour. Gusts at 200 miles per hour. The craziest storm on record. This is the 4th strongest hurricane ever recorded by pressure on this side of the world. Apparently, it's in the top 5 strongest hurricanes ever in the Atlantic, Gulf, and Caribbean. So, be careful on the highway. Don't get stranded. Don't run out of gas. There's already gas stations closing down. Hopefully, you have a bug out bag. This is why you got to prepare for freaking emergencies, man. You got the West Coast on fire. The East Coast is freaking getting pounded here. Florida, the Gulf, all these freaking storms. You want to have a bug out bag. You want to have a plan. You want to have a meeting point. Ideally, you have freaking, not even walkie-talkies, but radios that can go far distances when there's power outages and whatnot. It's preparedness. Everyone should start being a prepper, man. It would save lives. If everyone was prepped, people wouldn't be running out of Florida right now in their cars wondering where they're going. They'd have a plan. You got to be a bit of a prepper. Preppers, they're so weird. It's called being freaking prepared, man. So, I'm manifesting consciously that this storm dissipates and turns the wrong way, turns away from freaking Florida and goes and dissipates into the ocean. Because otherwise, this could be a total shitstorm. So I was thinking about the best way to kind of present.
Y'all be safe after, man. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You already know what I like to do, reactions and stuff like that. So I will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. All right, but hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you are in Florida, please get out of there, you know, and like he just said, I hope that storm goes somewhere different, you know, for real. But because if I was in there, I'd hate to be in that situation right now, for real. I don't wish that on nobody, man. But that weather is definitely manipulated for sure. But with all that being said, man, like I always say, I'm saying peace, abundance, prosperity, a good, healthy way. And make sure you take care of yourself. All right. Until next time, see you guys in the next episode. Peace.